Good afternoon. Thanks for tuning in to NBC News Daily. I'm Abby Price with your Midday Ark-La-Miss update. On a news update, there are new developments involving the Mayor Cantrell recall effort in New Orleans. Judge Jennifer Medley, who signed the recall petition, is standing by her decision to okay the deal that moved thousands of voters off the active list. NBC's Brittany Dixon has the latest as Judge Medley is asking for a higher opinion on her decision not to recuse herself from the case.
Another entity now involved in the saga to recall Mayor Cantrell. Judge Jennifer Medley moving to have the state Supreme Court make a decision.
I think it's appropriate for the judge to refer to the Supreme Court for their analysis of whether or not she can be fair and impartial.
Members of the group Voice of the Experience moved to have Medley recused. Medley is the judge who ruled to move 25,000 inactive voters off the voter rolls, which lowered the total number of signatures needed to initiate the recall process. Later, NOLA.com reported Medley herself signed the petition, but when the Voice of the Experience took legal action Tuesday, she denied the motion.
She should have declared to the parties that she signed the petition. She should have disclosed that early on so that these issues could have been resolved a lot earlier.
Today, the judge filed her own motion instead, saying she's confident she could have continued to be involved and be unbiased, but it's out of an abundance of caution that she's sending things to the high court.
Once a judge has shown her interest in the outcome in this case, in this context, by signing the petition for a recall, I think that pretty much says it in a nutshell. There's such an appearance of an impropriety that she should remove herself.
That was Brittany Dixon reporting. As we get new details in the recall of Mayor Cantrell, stay with us at myarklamiss.com. Well, in other Louisiana news, Shreveport police officer Alexander Tyler has resigned from the force. Tyler's facing negligent homicide charges for his role in the fatal shooting of Alonzo Bagley during a domestic dispute call. Bagley was not armed at the time. According to a statement from Mayor Tom Arsenault's office, the decision was made by Tyler and his attorney. Tyler had been on administrative leave pending the conclusion of the investigation into the shooting. Well, in Arkansas news, a newly released preliminary crash report says weather is what caused a plane to crash shortly after taking off from the Clinton National Airport in Little Rock. 4 passengers and 1 pilot died in that crash. Federal authorities confirmed the pilot requested taxi clearance around 11:51 a.m. on February 22nd. NTSB investigators say multiple low-level wind shear alerts were issued prior to the plane taking off. Those advisories are issued when there's a sudden change of wind velocity and/or direction. Investigators say there were no other radio transmissions from the pilot after takeoff, and no distress calls were heard from the pilot on any frequency.
And now, Storm Tracker Doppler weather with meteorologist Trey Tonneson.
High pressure kept us calm and steady overnight, but with calm winds and high pressure sitting over the top of us, we were primed for enhanced long-wave radiational cooling, which in simple terms just means we were going to see colder temperatures, and we have overnight into this morning. But throughout the day, we'll see some warming commence with mostly sunny skies initially. This high pressure planted right over the top of us overnight into this morning, going to keep us stable throughout the day, and with stability, going to see increased warming into the afternoon hours. Temperatures into the mid to upper 50s with that chilly start nevertheless. But on into your night tonight, relatively speaking, we will see a warm night with temperatures into the mid to upper 30s. Like I mentioned, relative to last night, we will be warmer, but still not warm by any means overnight with temperatures into the mid to upper 30s. But clouds will continue to build throughout the overnight, and then as we get into your day tomorrow, start seeing a mostly cloudy to overcast day with a chance for rain into the afternoon hours that persist into the morning for your Wednesday. But for the most part, our largest chance of rain comes this week on Friday, courtesy of a front. However, that front is relatively weak in the effect it's going to have on our temperatures on into the weekend. Will stay fairly steady with temperatures into the mid to upper 70s. Lows not anywhere near what we've seen over the past 2 days. The lows for the weekend will be into the low to mid 50s.
Well, that's it for your midday update. Have a great week. NBC News Daily continues.